God gave me a purpose. None of this shit is me. I don't want to do this shit. But God said I will use you and I will let him use me. Because I know what it was like to suffer for 11 years. We don't count days in the penitentiary. We're counting seconds and minutes. Y'all are out here counting hours and days. Just know that every fucking second of that time is different. You do the crime, you do the time. Guess what? My story is not a fucking lonely one, motherfuckers. I'm not out here sitting here just telling my story just to tell my story. My story points to a larger fucking picture that's going on behind the penitentiary. Even the story that I shared with y'all about sexual abuse. I'm out here speaking for women who were sexually abused, people that I had spoken up for and supported in the penitentiary and helped file their grievance. And I also was a grievance clerk. I helped to process over 700 grievances. But while I'm out here fighting for y'all, I was not fighting for myself. I had buried a rape that had happened to me by my uncle, my blood aunt. Husband had violated me at the age of 15 when I was labeled a gang member, when I was labeled a dick-sucking whore. He overheard the conversation, my father calling me a dick-sucking whore, which wasn't true, and then he proceeded to violate me. The first day was like a permission, that it was like asking permission. After the violation had taken place, there was like things asked, like, hey, suck my dick. I don't suck dick. Are you fucking nuts? Oh, let me suck your pussy. That's the only thing I forgot to tell the detective. The nigga did ask me to suck my pussy, but it's irrelevant. 11 counts of rape and 2 counts of attempted rape. And I was very honest in everything that had happened to me. I thought it would be 1 count of rape. When that detective heard the story, he said, oh no, that's 11 counts of rape, and began to proceed to explain to me why that is considered rape. This shit is not a joke. It's not just me. You know, I spoke to other women who's been violated, and they tell me that I'm fucking strong, and I'm like, I just had some fucking traumatic situations and experienced 2 back-to-back deaths of people who meant the most to me, like some that had impacted my life so much in a positive way to change me from the old person that I used to be, and that had helped me to get to the person that I am now. So when you lose those people behind nonsensical reasons, especially if you just lost them is one thing, but losing them behind nonsensical reasons, it triggered the death in me, and I can no longer keep that a secret. And it's unfortunate that I did not get the support that I needed from my family, and it continued me to suffer. I was experiencing things in my 30s. Once I let that story go, I was experiencing things from when I was 15. You know, and I had to deal with that. And I dealt with it. But I kept pushing forward. And I never wanted to call the police. I never did. You know why? Because I believe, like I told you, I experienced criminal justice in the penitentiary from serving time for the crime that I was accused of. But I also came home and I studied criminal justice and human rights. And so, you know, there's different forms of justice that could take place. And a lot of times incapacitation, which means an eye for an eye, is usually, you know, you put somebody in prison for the crime they did. But sometimes the victim, they don't have no recourse. They don't have no resolution. That person does so much time, and then the victim is still harmed. So the criminal system doesn't help anybody. That's why I say fuck prison. That's why I represent that, because it really is not helping nobody, you know. And so what I wanted from that predator was for him to tell my father the truth, for him to tell his family the truth, and for him to stop doing what he's doing. Because if I'm telling y'all that he was violating me in my sleep after day 1, okay, and this took place for almost a year, sporadic, it's every day for 2 weeks, and then after that sporadic. But just understand that this man has evolved from a nurse practitioner to an anesthesiologist. That means he is professionally putting people to sleep, and they will never know what happened to them. You know why? He's not in a clinic. He has his own private business because he's a child predator. He's a rapist. He just does not belong in the street. Rapists don't belong in streets. No new jails means keep the old fucking jails. There's other jails other than Rikers Island. There's other jails. So I never said, oh, no jails. I done the research. I studied hard as fuck in school. The only crime that does not stop committing crimes all the way to the 90s is rapists, especially child rapists. That's why they tell you to register as a sex offender. They should be registered as sex offenders. That is a disgusting crime. It is a heinous crime that causes a lot of problems for the person that they cause that harm across. And it silences us. And I wasn't silent no more. And through that pain, just understand why y'all think that I was weak. I was shedding off that weakness. While I publicly publicized and humiliated myself, I humiliated that son of a bitch and his wife who made me wash my sheets and keep that shit a secret. I don't care if they never spend a day in jail. They have to answer to God. What they have done morally is fucked up. And I came to that household and I shared with my aunt what was happening in the prisons and how the mental health cells is worse for people in mental health cells experience a mental health crisis rather than somebody who try to escape or kill a cop. They have more privileges in solitary confinement for that infraction than they do for somebody just suffering from a mental illness for whatever they fucking suffering from. It is disgusting. So while I was showing my aunt this presentation that I had done to educate government officials, that woman sat there and said to me, "What? You want them to not have prisons for women? Where would those bitches go?" I couldn't believe it. Bitch, I'm one of those bitches. And matter of fact, ho, you one of those motherfucking bitches too, because you don't see yourself as a goddamn criminal because they fucking gave you your green card to come in this country and serve as a cracker, bitch. You're a fucking cracker. You have black skin, but you're a cracker. Your husband has black skin, but he's a fucking cracker. Did y'all see that video of Tyree Nicholas get beat the fucking shit out of for a traffic violation? The man did nothing wrong. They can show us nothing that he's done wrong. Was it black officers that fucking beat him to a bloody pulp and treated that fucking human being like he was a piñata? It was niggers. 5 motherfucking niggas that's wearing a badge that represented satanic, demonic system. And who are their superiors? A cracker. Yeah, you see a black woman in a little fucking shield suit. Who gives a fuck? They're all answering to the white man who wrote those policies. They hate niggas. They hate themselves. They come to this country to be fucking used to kill us. I ain't no motherfucking immigrant. And I respect anybody who came here seeking a motherfucking asylum. But I ain't no motherfucking immigrant, and I know how it is to be born into a country that ain't fucking yours. They'll never treat it like it's yours. They come here from motherfucking country, these crackers, and they'll treat you like you the goddamn one who came from somewhere else to come here. I'm not letting nobody treat me like that, motherfuckers. Y'all do that shit. The time is up for these motherfuckers. Y'all sitting here watching these little baby views and everything that they've been doing to suppress me, but I see everything that they doing to suppress me. That's what woke me up out of this fucking trauma state, nigga. Because if they're this afraid of me, then they know more about me than I do. Didn't they steal our placenta at the day of birth? Ain't they cloning us some other way? They know my twin. They know who my twin be. She probably out there doing some fantastic shit, and I hope she ain't a femme neither. Salute to all the aggressors, and salute to all the transgenders. Go fuck yourself if you don't like transgenders. Y'all motherfuckers, I don't even know what to say, but anyway, salute to us. That was just a sidebar. Just a sidebar. Because people who are a part of the LGBTQ plus community, we experience something significantly different. But one thing we don't experience that I love is we don't experience racism. You ever been to a pride parade? The most fun. The most fun. Black, white, Spanish, Chinese, immigrant, Native American. I don't care who you are. Upper class, middle class, lower class. When we get together, that pride, that level of pride and unity should be an exhibit to the rest of the world what unity should and could look like. But instead, y'all hate it. Y'all want to just find different groups to target, you know, instead of asking people about themselves so maybe you could learn more. But that's not what this is about. We just used to just hating. It's just disgusting to me, you know. And I feel like the same thing with formerly incarcerated people, that what we go through and experience that they put us through and everything that they label us for, and everything, all the hurdles that they put in our way and all the roadblocks they put in our way post-release to get us to go back into prison so it could make it look like something wrong with us. No, it's something wrong with them. And there's definitely something wrong with the system. I don't know if in our lifetime we'll fix it, but I know I did my part. And I know that I'm not getting a lot of support from my community, but I also have been on foot and learned that a lot of people are not even getting my videos. You understand me? Because they're suppressing my channel. They're suppressing everything that I'm saying. And it is unfortunate, but guess what? I'm not going to stop. I don't care how much trauma, I don't care how much fear, I don't care how much this, how much that. I will not stop. I will keep fucking going forward until I got these motherfuckers by the neck. You understand me? Because y'all see a different kind of gangster, right? You don't see. Okay, my whole point is this. Gangsters. I can't with this gangster shit, man. I am the most prolific person you will ever meet in your life. That is a fact. I am being targeted and penalized for doing good in a way that I've never experienced in my life and couldn't imagine to experience in my life. But the reality is that the power of God is so great. Ain't no man on earth can't do nothing. They would, how many times they try to clip me? They had to clip my sister to get to me. You understand what I'm saying? God will take your life away when it's ready, when your assignment is over. And it's very unfortunate. People want me to talk about what happened to my sister, but I'm not ready to talk about what happened to my sister. When I'm ready to talk about what happened to my sister, I will tell you what happened to my sister. Just know that my sister died butt-ass naked in her bed 3 days after I gotten back the license plate number from my private investigator. I got back that license plate that pointed to big corporation. These are big time criminals. They lost already, okay? And I need y'all to know that they killed my sister. How much proof and how much evidence